not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. A little more persistence, a little more effort, and what seemed hopeless failure may turn to glorious success. Hope is not the conviction that something will turn out well, but the certainty that something makes sense regardless of how it turns out. Hope is important because it can make the present moment less difficult to bear. If we believe that tomorrow will be better, we can bear hardship today. At the end of the day, we must go forward with hope and not backward by fear and division. Hope is the pillar that holds up the world. Hope is the dream of a waking man. We must rediscover the distinction between hope and expectation. My great hope is to laugh as much as I cry, to get my work done and try to love somebody and have the courage to accept the love in return. The hope of a secure and livable world lies with disciplined nonconformists who are dedicated to justice, peace and brotherhood. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Isn't it the moment of the most profound doubt that gives birth to new certainties? Perhaps hopelessness is the very soil that nourishes human hope. Perhaps one could never find sense in life without first experiencing its absurdity. There are times when we must sink to the bottom of our misery to understand truth, just as we must descend to the bottom of a well to see the stars in broad daylight. The salvation of this human world lies nowhere else than in the human heart, in the human power to reflect, in human meekness and human responsibility. Anyone who takes himself too seriously always runs the risk of looking ridiculous. Anyone who can consistently laugh at himself does not. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronisingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. As long as the people don't fear the truth, there is hope. For once they fear it, the one who tells it doesn't stand a chance. And today, truth is still beautiful, but so frightening. Hope begins in the dark, the stubborn hope that if you just show up and try to do the right thing, the dawn will come. You wait and watch and work. You don't give up. Wherever my story takes me, however dark and difficult the theme, there is always some hope and redemption, not because readers like happy endings, but because I am an optimist at heart. I know the sun will rise in the morning, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Everybody has a different journey. Everybody has a different path, and you don't really know what to expect. All you know is to just keep plugging away, and you hope that something will come through and something will happen. Stay positive and happy. Work hard and don't give up hope. Be open to criticism and keep learning. Surround yourself with happy, warm and genuine people. Forgiving does not erase the bitter past. A healed memory is not a deleted memory. Instead, forgiving what we cannot forget creates a new way to remember. We change the memory of our past into a hope for our future. Once you do away with the idea of people as fixed, static entities, then you see that people can change and there is hope. Hope is some extraordinary spiritual grace that God gives us to control our fears, not to oust them. Hope is the only good that is common to all men. Those who have nothing else possess hope still. Every avalanche begins with the movement of a single snowflake, and my hope is to move a snowflake. A strange thing is memory and hope. One looks backward and the other forward. One is of today, the other is of tomorrow. Memory is history recorded in our brain. Memory is a painter. It paints pictures of the past and of the day. I have tried to keep on with my striving because this is the only hope I have of ever achieving anything worthwhile and lasting. Hopeful thinking can get you out of your fear zone and into your appreciation zone. Neither should a ship rely on one small anchor, nor should life rest on a single hope. I'm here to spread a message of hope. Follow your heart. Don't follow what you've been told you're supposed to do. Faith is not simply a patience that passively suffers until the storm is past. Rather, it is a spirit that bears things with resignations, yes, but above all, with blazing, serene hope. I hope that posterity will judge me kindly, not only as to the things which I've explained, but also to those which I have intentionally omitted, so as to leave to others the pleasure of discovery. Expect to have hope rekindled. Expect your prayers to be answered in wondrous ways. The dry seasons in life do not last. The spring rains will come again. Know what you want to do. Hold the thought firmly and do every day what should be done, and every sunset will see you that much nearer to your goal. When you create hope in people, you create expectations. When you do not fulfill those expectations, when the change becomes more of the same old, the hope that was created can only turn to anger, frustration, and bitter disappointment. The very least you can do in your life is to figure out what you hope for, and the most you can do is live inside that hope, not admire it from a distance, but live right in it, under its roof. Many believe, and I believe, that I have been designated for this work by God. In spite of my old age, I do not want to give it up. I work out of love for my God, and I put all of my hope in Him. I think of myself as a catalyst of action and a messenger of hope, turning people onto themselves and turning people onto their dreams. There are no greater treasures than the highest human qualities such as compassion, courage, and hope. Not even tragic accident or disaster can destroy such treasures of the heart. Hope is the motivation that empowers the unemployed, enabling them to get out of bed every single morning with unbounded enthusiasm as they look for work. It has never been and never will be easy work, but the road that is built in hope is more pleasant to the traveller than the road built in despair, even though they both lead to the same destination. A lot of people have their big dreams and get knocked down and don't have things go their way, and you never give up hope and you really just hold on to it. Hard work and perseverance. You just keep getting up and then you get that breakthrough. There is no hope unmingled with fear, and no fear unmingled with hope.